Hello folks, Trouble T Cat here, back again, continuing my playthrough of Civilization 6, playing as Rome on the Emperor difficulty. As we are getting started here, I do want to apologize for the long gap in between videos. What do I want to build a... I think I was done training settlers? Wasn't I? Maybe not, because nowhere is currently training one, and I did want to settle a city right there. It was quite a while ago. I probably should have reviewed the last video before I started this. Oh, wait, no, there's... Okay, so he's... Right. I thought I was done with settlers for the time being. So, in that case, this city is housing capped, so I'm going to get a... Well, it's pretty much housing capped, so I'm going to get a granary here. And good old Aquile, I don't know. I don't fucking know. This city here, Aquilops, needs something. I'm gonna build. We don't need any housing here. Defense-wise, I feel like we could have some more troops. A little bit. I mean, considerable army there. We could have bad things happen to us in a war, possibly. I'm not too scared, though. Oh, I need a trader. So we'll build that here, because why not? You? Okay, I gotta sort of get these true. Why would you go that way? Ah, you fuck. Okay, Congo, can we have open borders by any chance? Let's just have a chat here. Could we do open borders? No, it's not even an option for some reason, and I don't know why. Oh, I think because they denounced me, we can't make an open borders deal at this time. Which is a little bit annoying. Because it means getting these crossbowmen where I want them to be is going to be a bit of a trek. But it's okay. Just shore up our border defenses with these troops. And back off a little bit from Saladin's borders so he doesn't get too antsy. So we got... Do we have anybody watching this border? Yeah, kind of. Okay. It's alright. Actually, we'll send you up here, though. So, as I was saying, I wanted to apologize for the long gap in between videos this time around. It's sort of been, crunch time at uni, and it's not so much that I haven't had time to record any videos exactly, but it's been kind of that situation where the work I've been doing for uni and stuff like that, like the level of, like, sort of pressure and stress and stuff that I'm feeling from it is so high that when I am finishing my uni work, I don't really have the energy for, like, doing commentary and stuff. Like, I barely even play games. I just kind of sit there in, like, some kind of dazed state, awaiting the horrors to begin again, because just not much energy left after done with my work for the day. I'm sure some of you can relate. If you are yourselves full-time students or maybe work a stressful career, know that feel of just brain completely turned off during leisure time. I couldn't, yeah. So, sorry about that, but the good news is that crunch time is very nearly over. I finished sort of my final paper today and stuff like that. I have to do a presentation later this week, and then I'm pretty much done, so there shouldn't be any more major delays for the rest of this series, I guess is what I'm saying, which is super cool, because I'm actually really enjoying this playthrough and sort of making these videos again and stuff. I can't decide what to do with this worker, though. I kind of want to just buy that tile there, because that would be a good place to build an improvement. Probably not the most efficient use of my funds, but to be honest, I can't quite remember what was happening in this game, so I'm not gonna kick myself too much if we make a couple of slightly, perhaps suboptimal choices just at the moment. Why can't you... fortify until healed, and then I'll decide what to do with you once other things have had a bit of time to settle. Kumasi, good. Kumasai? And we have an envoy, and we have 5 envoys, in fact, and this is the only city-state we've met so far. What's their bonus? Your trade routes to any city-state provide +2 culture. It's not that good, but we may as well get, we may as well put 1 envoy there for the moment to get the +2 culture. I don't think we have any theater squares just yet, so I won't bother getting up to 3, and their bonus isn't that good, so I'm not going to try and become Suzerainer of them. Later on, we will meet a lot more city-states, I'm sure. And then we can, of course, expand that shit. I'm a little bit annoyed about... In fact, can I tell Scythia to stop? You can tell the AI to stop converting your cities, and they will usually agree. They will usually say, okay, we promise to stop converting your cities. And then they will usually immediately break that promise. I don't know why that's the case. It just is. It's really annoying, actually, that nobody ever keeps their fucking promises. But, whatever. Why is the discuss button not here? Did I already ask them to stop converting my cities? Because normally there should be a button that says discuss. It's possible I already asked them to. I do not recall. Yeah, it's annoying. The AI have a real tendency to make these promises and then just immediately break them. I may as well get military engineering. I actually didn't build a single military engineer. Where'd that Sittler go? On my first playthrough of this game, so I've yet to actually use those at all, despite the fact that it's kind of an interesting unit. Sort of an interesting addition to the roster, I think, but I just didn't have occasion to use any previously, so maybe we'll actually get an armory built somewhere. I think the thing about it was that the campus is not that useful of a district to build compared to a lot of the other things you can build as districts, and because you can only build a limited number of districts per city, I did not get that many encampments, especially like I was trying to win a cultural victory there, so I just didn't really need them. Can we get our fucking great prophet soon, please? These missionaries are really pissing me off. Okay, we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. We will be getting the next great prophet, though, and then I can get some inquisitors up and fuck off this religion from my cities that isn't my religion.
Like a fortress made of papers, forms, and red tape.
This retainers, I actually really like the retainers military policy. +1 amenity for cities with a garrisoned unit is quite nice, but I don't currently have a military policy slot, so we won't be using that. Still, do we want to change our policies at all? +1 culture for each specialty district, +1 housing in all cities with at least 2 districts. What do we have now? Production towards builders and general production boost. I think we want to keep that on charismatic leader. You know, I think maybe I want to... I've got all these envoys saved up that I'm already not even using, so maybe I want to switch off Charismatic Leader and instead have Diplomatic League on, so that as I start to explore more and meet more city-states, if I want to send them an envoy, I get sort of double benefit from that. We'll keep Revelation on, because we still don't have our Prophet. Looking good. That's all looking good. So, I'm still thinking I want to go for a science victory. How are we doing in the world rankings for science? Congo is leading. They have a lot more science per turn than me, actually. That's quite bad. I need to get campuses up as soon as possible, essentially. And this place can build one in a relatively short amount of time, so we will absolutely be doing that. Where do we want to put it? We got a lot of +2... Oh, +3 tile here, so I guess it's going to go there. Kind of expensive to buy the tile, but... Not going to turn down the +3. Yeah, if we're going to go for... If we're going to go for a science victory, which I think I am, we definitely need to start really getting these campuses built, because Congo is... That is a lot more science per turn than we have. We have 38, they have 52. That's not good. So, which of these do we want? Do I actually want any of these policies to use immediately? I do like serfdom. That's a good policy if I'm going to be getting a lot of builders. Naval tradition kind of sucks. This would be good if I was building wonders, but I'm not, and we're not going to use a monarchy government type. Probably. I don't think the monarchy government type is one that we're likely to want. So I think feudalism is going to be the best choice there for the moment. I'm kind of done just watching this border. I'm going to send this guy back so he can upgrade into a legion, and then I'm going to see if I can get open borders with Gilgamesh and actually scout on the other side of him. He still won't. He still hasn't taken a delegation. Maybe now. No, you're kind of a jerk, Gilgamesh. Well, all right, but how about this? What do you want? You want my cotton, of which I do have an extra resource, and you will pay me. Yeah, you know what? That's actually a fine deal. That's actually pretty good. Any chance you'll accept my delegation now? No, maybe not. But now that we're a bit more friendly. Oh yeah, I should negotiate peace with Barbarossa here, since he declared war with me at the same time as Saladin, but just never sent a single troop. I guess because he's kind of a moron. But let's make this. You cannot accept this deal. Okay, look. What if you give me like 10 gold a turn? Okay, look. What if I were to just give you like 10 gold? You just will not accept peace on any. I could give him everything I have and he just won't accept peace. I don't know. Okay, well, never mind then. I don't know why Barbarossa is so fucking pissed off at me, but fair enough, I guess. While we're here, let's see if we can make any other kind of equitable deals. Like, for example, what would you give me for some luxury resources? Open borders, 9 gold a turn, 20 gold. I'll keep that in mind, but I might be able to get something better from somebody who hates me less. What about you? What would you give me? A considerably worse deal, because we don't need iron. Do you want to buy... you already have marble, so you're not going to want that. What would you give me for the citrus? That's quite good. That's almost as good of a deal as Saladin was going to give me for both resources, so we'll take that. That's a good deal. Congo, we'll deal with you last, because you denounced this Pedro. Refuse my delegation. What a jerk. What would you give me for these two things? Again, kind of crap. So... I think it was Saladin who was offering us... Yeah, that's a pretty... I mean, that's not great, but it's decent. We'll take it. Can always use more money, and open borders will make it easier for us to scout around down here. Which is nice. Yeah, if we could find some more city-states. We actually haven't scouted very much at all for, you know, considering it's turn 100. And I should maybe think about getting even a couple more scouts, possibly. I mean, we don't necessarily need to worry about it, because I think we're doing fine in our empire over here, despite our lack of knowledge about the outside world. I'm thinking we're probably just not really going to expand anymore, unless, is there somewhere up here where I could put a, so I could maybe build another city on the coast here. I'm a little bit nervous about tiles like these, because there's a chance the AI will just tart out and decide to send a settler in here and found a city in the middle of all my cities, which would lead to another war, because I'm obviously not going to just, like, put up with that shit. I don't really want to have to deal with another war either at this point, since we've decided we're probably not going to go for a domination victory type. Although in my next game, who knows? And perhaps I will, well, perhaps I will do another game that I record and you guys will get to see it, and I might do domination then. I don't know. But for now, I think science. And we're probably just going to be cruising along here without too much excitement or anything like that happening. Like, I expect a pretty long period of peace and relatively low tension now. And sections of the game like this are a big part of the reason that I never really did this for Civ 5. Despite the fact that I was playing Civ 5 a lot, I really didn't think that there'd be any way I could make an entertaining video series out of it. I know some YouTubers did do Civ 5 fairly extensively, but I don't know, I just didn't think it would really work for me with my style of commentary and stuff like that, because of the particulars. But Civ 6, I think, is a little bit easier to deal with in that sense, because even in periods of relative peace, you sort of have a lot more decisions that you have to actively make in Civ 6 compared to Civ 5. In Civ 5, you would have these long segments of the game where everything was just kind of chill. Things just sort of, you know, going along relatively happily. Let's get another campus here if this place is doing good for everything. Yeah, let's get another campus here. Is there anywhere really... There's not really anywhere good for a campus here in Fukuoka, so maybe we don't want to do that. Since even if you're focusing more on one playstyle, prioritizing, you know, just like science or something like that, you can't ignore the other aspects of the game. So maybe I want to instead build... It's not really a good place for an encampment because it's not likely to be the front line of a war. I'm not expecting a war with Gilgamesh. And even if we did have one, the front line will be along here. We could get another holy site, but I really don't think we actually need one. Like, all I really want to be able to do is get enough Inquisitors to get this other religion out of my cities, which won't be too difficult. So we're not going to need a huge amount of faith. The industrial zone, commercial hub, and theater square are just always relatively good choices because they're just universally useful. We could get the entertainment complex, but we have fairly good situation in terms of amenities. Then again, because of its central location, we could build an entertainment complex in a fairly useful spot, since later buildings in an entertainment complex affect any city within, I believe, 6 tiles. So if I put it here, it would hit Fukuoka, it would reach Seoul, it would reach Rome, it would reach... Would it reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yep. So if I built an entertainment complex here, it would hit all 4 of these cities, and that would really be able to help if we were to have amenity problems later on. I think that's what I'm going to do. Currently, we don't need it, but in the late game, we might need one very suddenly, which would be a pain in the ass. So we could build a campus here, but the production is kind of garbage, so I think I want to get this city's production higher before I do that. Although the builder is going to help with that, most likely. Maybe I just start a campus here immediately if there's a decent spot for it. Yeah, so like we could put it right here. Is an okay place for a campus. Not amazing, but it's okay. 42 turns, though. It's a long time. I think I'm going to build the granary here for now, just so the city can definitely keep growing, and maybe look to getting a campus after the builder has done some improvements. So this city is going to have a bit of a hard time growing. We already know this, just because it's surrounded by tundra. There's not much for a builder to do here, unless... Did I get the technology where I can build lumber mills, or do I not have that yet? I do not recall. I think I got it. Yeah, so that's machinery. So a builder could actually do a fair bit of good work here, and we'll need to improve that. Yeah, let's get a builder here to start. And then probably a granary second to help with the food output there. I'm working on another playthrough of a completely different game, completely different genre, which hopefully will start coming out soon. I'm not 100% ready to announce it yet. Apologies, I will look elsewhere in the future, because I'm not going to settle near him again. At least, certainly not anytime soon. I don't really want to announce it yet, because I've recorded 2 parts so far, but I want to get, like, solidly, like, halfway into the game or something like that before I announce it, because I can't guarantee otherwise that I'll actually finish it. I've uploaded way too many like half-finished LPs and shit like that in the past. It's just lame to keep doing that. So, but I mention it because I guess there will be more videos. I still want to make a video about the new ED. Well, no, I don't want to make a video about the new Elite Dangerous patch is the thing. I feel like I should, because my Elite Dangerous videos always do quite well. But, hang on. What do I want to research? Let's get shipbuilding so I can start thinking about sending spies across the seas if that's something we want to do. So we kind of have 4 things we want our builder to be doing here. It's too bad we don't have serfdom. That would actually be quite useful at this point, but let's connect those horses first. shit, what was I talking about? I was like 90% of the way through a thought. And then I had to stop to think about my, I know I was talking about wanting to get Let's Plays more done. Right, Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous. I want to make a... I feel like I should make a video about that, because my Elite Dangerous videos always do very well in terms of hits, but you can just stay there. I don't have much to say about the new patch. It's a little bit disappointing, is all I can really say. And it hasn't really drawn me back into the game in the way that previous large patches for it have. And it's kind of hard to stretch out like a decent length video on like, this is mildly disappointing. Why would I need more horses? I have 2 sources of horses. I have no... I'll tell you what, if you want my cotton... Okay, that's all your gold per turn. You can give me money. Actually, you know, 7 gold a turn. Okay. That's actually fine. I mean, I could, you know, obviously I can go into a bit more detail about why I find it disappointing and that kind of thing, but... I don't know, it just doesn't seem like... I don't feel like I have that much about it to say that's actually interesting. I do find there's a little bit of chatting I could do about the Elite Dangerous community more generally, because it is kind of fascinating how angry the forum community is, and yet they all still keep coming back. I mean, that's something you see in a lot of games, but I really think the Elite Dangerous level community takes it to a new level of hating a game but refusing to ever stop playing it. It is time to get the bath built here. We'll put it here. $40 gold, very good. I'm actually pretty happy to be getting this shipbuilding to be able to send my scouts into the water tiles. In Civ 5, when you researched optics, you got the ability for land units to embark, but you had to send them back to your own territory before they were able to embark. Like, they had to gain the ability by entering friendly territory, which thankfully is no longer the case. Wherever your units are, they can now embark once you research that tech. Let's get this library, because we remain concerned about our science output. If you're wondering why I sent this trader to Seoul, it's because I want to get extra production on this great library so we have a better chance of finishing it before anyone else does. The question is, what will provide the best benefits in addition? It looks like everything will just be +1 production. Congo would give us the most money and a little bit of science and culture, but if we want more food in Seoul, which we might, then we should go to Kyoto. Then again, Seoul's growing reasonably well. Actually, that's actually fairly slow, so let's go ahead and get the extra food. Send this guy up to Kyoto. You'll notice that I'm not really thinking about one of the other things with trade units, aside from the benefits from the trade route you get. In Civ 6, your trade caravans are the main way you build roads. I don't tend to think that hard about where the roads are going to go, though, because roads are also less essential. They're still useful, but roads are less essential than they were in Civ 5 for various reasons. So I mostly build the trade routes based on what will get me the best benefits from trade routes. It also has, like, it's kind of fun from a role-playing perspective. It's not that I role-play super hard in Civilization, but I mean, the idea is that roads end up existing where trade routes are in real life. That's how a lot of roads. That's why they put roads there. It's kind of because the trade routes, which makes sense. And the reason the trade routes were there, of course, was because they were profitable, not because the government wanted a road, so they ordered a trade route. No, that's the kind of road that you use military engineers to build, right? Or council workers in real life. Your trader units are immune to being plundered on water tiles. Not super good, but again, we will get the +4 gold in the capital, because that's nice. So we'll send one envoy to Lisbon. which will count as 2 because of our current policies, which is nice. And I will be saving my other 3 envoys for the time being, because, again, not a suzerain bonus that I particularly care about getting. It's not that good. You really have to pick your battles in terms of which city-states you want to be the suzerain of, because it's not going to be practical to become the suzerain of a whole lot of different city-states. Possibly if you're Greece, I think they have some kind of bonus when it comes to that. I can't actually remember exactly what their bonus is, but certainly not as... I shouldn't have skipped that quote. That's a really funny quote. In democracy, it's your vote that counts. In feudalism, it's your count that votes. Which is a fun quote, but of course, Sean Bean would have said it better. We're gonna get mercenaries because it's boosted. And this gin and tonic is going to my head and making me not want to spend too long thinking about these things at this point. Feeling nice and relaxed, though. I should really think about stopping this part pretty soon, though, and starting the next part. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Trouble T Cat out.